An update here on the Oscar slap from Will Smith. As far as I know, my sources say he's still in Dubai. Will Smith jetted off to Dubai when one of the princes there came and got him. Now, Billy Crystal has been asked to weigh in. Billy Crystal hosted the Oscars 9 times. And he was asked, what did you think of this? And he said, well, it was an assault, and he was happy with the way Chris Rock handled it. So he's on team Chris Rock on this whole thing. And then he was asked, did anything ever happen that bothered you while you were hosting the Oscars? He said it's a good thing they had the host. You know, they had 2 or 3 years there with no host. And he said he felt like the hosts were able to make light of the situation and sort of put a calming influence on it. When Amy Schumer came out, made a joke, and sort of settled the room after the slap happened. So they asked him, did anything ever happen while you were hosting the Academy Awards that gave you some pause or caused any problems? He said comedian Jackie Mason made an inflammatory remark once.
Jackie Mason?
Yeah,
what did Jackie Mason say?
He didn't say. He said that at one of his Oscars, Jackie Mason made an inflammatory remark. And Billy Crystal was trying to think of something to say to calm the room, and Little Richard followed up with another inflammatory remark.
And Little Richard and Jackie at the same ceremony?
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to think back. Little Richard, I think, was in Down and Out in Beverly Hills, right?
That may have been the year that Little Richard...
He was the wacky neighbor.
Perhaps Little Richard and Jackie Mason crossed paths there at the Academy Awards that year when Billy Crystal hosted. Crystal came out and made a joke, and he said, thank goodness I did, because it calmed everyone down.
And Jackie Mason must have been there for his work in...
Caddyshack 2? I don't know that the Academy recognized Caddyshack 2, but he was in it. I know that.
Yes.
And so when Jackie Mason said something untoward, and then Little Richard kept it going, Billy Crystal said, I need to step in here.
Zero memory of this.
None.
I did see that the Academy has moved up their meeting to discuss Will.
Had to. Emergency. Is it today or tomorrow?
I don't know when it is.
It was supposed to be later. It was supposed to be like April 18th.
Was it just when they have their typical post-Oscar luncheon?
I bet they were having a lunch on April 18th, and somebody said, let's get this thing going.
Well, who's going to cater this thing?
I don't know. We got to make some decisions here. People are still talking about this slap at the Oscars.
We'll just get some Jersey Mikes, I guess.
Yeah,
get a platter.
Our catering company, they're up in the air entirely after this whole thing was moved up. More soft copy here. A couple of music notes. I saw the Eagles with Deacon Frey years ago. A couple of years ago, after Glenn Frey died, Deacon Frey took over. He's now leaving the Eagles. He has said,
is that right?
He won't do it anymore. Yeah, he just said he wanted to go out and forge his own.
Be his own man.
This is Deacon Frey, the son of Glenn Frey, singing Peaceful Easy Feeling. I thought he did a very nice job with it.
I like the way sparkling earrings lay against your skin so bright.
He's been with the band for 4.5 years now, and just said it's time for him to go out on his own and do what he can. And the rest of the band, Don Henley and everybody, totally supported it.
Yeah, I get it.
They said, go make your own. But now will they have to have somebody else come in to sing these songs?
Well, what's the other singer's name? Vince Gill.
Vince Gill's there.
Vince Gill, yeah.
He does Take It to the Limit and some others. He could probably do this, right? This was nice. When I saw the Eagles in concert, he sang, this was like the opening song, and a couple that Glenn Frey sang lead on, and then they put Glenn Frey's picture up, and not a dry eye. You know, it was fairly shortly after he had died. So it was nice to see Deacon Frey do that, but he's leaving the band now. Now, this is what Chris Demm and Ed Sheeran have in common.
This is, I'm bracking my brain.
Yeah, you'd be baffled by this, I'm sure.
I think we both liked the movie Yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Because Sheeran's in it.
He's in it.
Actually does a pretty good job.
He played himself. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge fan. Your thoughts on Ed Sheeran?
I like Ed. I like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
He's good.
Terrific. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I know somebody who saw him once in Chapel Hill. Okay. He was at He's Not, the bar. And
He's Not Here?
Yeah, but those of us that went to Carolina call it He's Not.
Yeah.
And so
we're sure this was Ed Sheeran and not just a random ginger.
Not sure. We are not sure. But Ed had a concert like the previous night in Raleigh, and my friend's daughter was a student at UNC Chapel Hill, and word started to spread. She was going out to get some cookies what's that place that makes the cookies?
Insomnia.
Yeah, she's going out to Insomnia Cookie.
Nice.
And somebody said, Ed Sheeran's over it. He's not. And the girl was like, wait a minute. He's not. It's not even open. They said, oh, yeah, Ed's there. They opened it for him. So she said, well, let's go take a look. So they go over. She and her friends go over, look through the window, and saw a tuft
There's a ginger geezer.
There's red hair sitting at the table. And she said Ed Sheeran was there, and that's as close as she got.
So that's as close as you got.
Yeah. Then I wish I'd gone to that show.
This isn't the guy whose calendar he gave you. His daughter was a cheerleader at UNC?
No, different guy. Different guy.
Used to oogle his daughter.
I did not oogle his daughter. And he listens, and I did not oogle. I gave out calendars to the other guys.
I know this guy. I know her dad.
Creepy. I do know her dad.
She's Miss March.
It wasn't like that. We played tennis together.
I remember.
He's a terrific guy. She dated a hockey player for a time. Okay, professional hockey player.
Oh.
Yes. And
like from the Hurricanes or a different team?
I think he had been a Hurricane. And then he may have gotten moved to another team, but she dated him for a little while. And I told her father, is like, yeah, she needs to marry him. That's, hockey money. And he's like, yeah, tell me about it. But
no one's ever done hockey money before.
Hockey money.
Not in the United States.
I said, that's hockey money.
Maybe Toronto.
This is hockey money.
Hockey money.
It's 5 figures right there.
Get some of that hockey money.
I said,
he's a duck.
Guy was worse than Cheddar. You know what I mean? He was a starter.
Sure.
I mean, he was like a player. He was nice. I mean, I never heard of him, but he was like somebody.
A pro.
He was a pro, and he played in the NHL. Okay.
Have you lost touch with this man?
No. We still have lunch occasionally.
Okay.
He's a great guy, and I never ogled his daughter. I want that on the record. Okay.
But you kept up March even when it was like August, September.
Because I love the shot, the picture was so nice with the shooters in the background and everything. It was a Tar Heel cheerleader calendar. Mm-hmm. And me, I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of our own Craig, who big calendar won't get him.
You've outwitted the calendar companies.
So she's 2016, and in 2 years, I'm putting her back up. Let me just say
Because the dates will line up.
They'll line up. The dates will line up. Here's what Chris Demm has in common with Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran has just won a lawsuit. And Chris Demm, every time this has come up in the last 10 years, Chris Demm has sided with the artist. He's been accused of stealing a song.
Plagiarizing.
He just won, though. He won.
Oh, good.
Let me play the songs for you. His song is called Shape of You. And this is an enormous hit. You know this.
Yeah.
Huge hit song. This is Ed Sheeran.
Oh, this one.
You know this.
I'm in love with your body.
Now, there is a singer named Sammy Switch, and he has a song called Oh Why, and he says Ed Sheeran Oh Why, and Ed Sheeran ripped off the song, according to him, and they took it to court. This is the song Oh Why by Sammy Switch. So you hear the similarity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a similarity there. But each time we do this, Chris Demm always says there's only so many notes. And he always believes in the artist. Well, a lot of times artists will just pay guys off because, like Ed Sheeran could have very easily just paid him. But he didn't. He took it all the way to court. But
that has proven risky.
It has. Sometimes
people lose a lot of times, especially when there's juries.
That's right. This came out. This has been going on for 3 years now
in the UK.
Yes, and Ed Sheeran won yesterday. A court ruled that it could not be proven that Ed Sheeran stole the sound, the lyrics from this song by Sammy Switch.
It's really just those two words back to back.
That's it.
That oh why.
Similar sound to it, similar notes. But Ed Sheeran said these lawsuits are frivolous, and he's glad he prevailed, and he would have never just paid off.
Whilst we're obviously happy with the result, I feel like claims like this are way too common now and have become a culture where a claim is made with the idea that a settlement will be cheaper than taking it to court, even if there's no base for the claim. It's really damaging to the songwriting industry. There's only so many notes and very few chords used in pop music. But I just want to say I'm not an entity. I'm not a corporation. I'm a human being. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. Lawsuits are not a pleasant experience. And I hope with this ruling, it means in the future, baseless claims like this can be avoided. This really does have to end.
He speaks for you. You said it. You've said it many times. I know. You've said that many times. He won, and he said, I would never, ever have just settled with this guy out of court and paid him $200,000 to go away. I'm not going to do that. You heard him. He's a father. He's a son. He's a husband. He's all those
I didn't
things.
know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the son part, I guess. But
But other than that, yeah, he's all those things. That's right.
I didn't know he was married and a father.
True. Yeah, that's fairly recent.
Keeps it under wraps. Like he's very.
He's
like,
real
out of the
private.
limelight.
He's real
Yeah.
private. Well, he's another one that got off social media.
Yeah.
He got too wrapped up in it, he said, and was so enamored with social media, he was spending way too much time on his screen, and so he said he's completely off of it now. Who was it we were talking about yesterday that did that?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Well,
longer.
she said she was off the internet.
Yeah. Entirely. For 4 years, she's been off the internet. And so Ed Sheeran is another one of those. Well, congratulations to Ed. I'm a fan, and I'm glad he won that lawsuit. Although those songs did sound similar to me. Coming up, I
You had
always
ruled against him.
God, I would have been kicked off that jury.
Yeah.
Because, I'd had like my Ed Sheeran concert t-shirt on, and they would get out of here. I'd have been playing Shape of You or that thing about the hole in my jeans.
Eating insomnia cookies in the jury box.
Yeah.